Hi, this is Nick from Career Journey, and today we're going to talk about the impact of commuting to work. Commuting to work has a lot of negative effects, and one of the big effects is obviously the time you lose. 20 minutes versus a 2-hour commute, that's a lot of time you lose a day. Add to that an 8-9 hour working day, and you're almost spending 12 hours per day away from your family, and that is not really ideal. On top of that, with rising fares, commuting is going to start to become terribly expensive. Imagine that you're paying around 4,000 or 5,000 a year for your commute. If you look at it, how much more you need to earn pre-tax, you can easily add another 20 to 30% to that. So when you think about it, your commute is actually very expensive and takes a big chunk of your salary away from you, plus all the time. So what can be done to help? Obviously, some employers recognize that your commute is actually impacting your family, and sometimes they'll let you work from home or let you start earlier and later to avoid the rush hour and avoid losing extra time. But that's not always enough, and the best way is really to avoid commuting. So how do we do that? Well, the easiest way is obviously to change jobs to somewhere local. Now, I can hear you think already, that is going to impact my salary, and maybe I can't even do the job I really like. And I understand that. But think about it. If your total commute is going to cost you 6,000 or 7,000 a year, taking a job for 10k less is actually not such a big difference. On top of that, rather than spending 2 hours on a bus or a train, you might be able to spend 10 minutes or 20 minutes walking a day. Now, that really outweighs the 2 hours of stress with a little bit of extra money, doesn't it? So that's one of the ways. The other way is make sure that you select an employer who allows you to work maybe from home. These days, there are jobs that require you to go once into the office a week. Make sure that you understand what your employer's requirements are. So think about your family, think about the money, and make a decision that is based on all the elements. Because don't forget, if you have to get up in the morning and then look at a 2-hour commute, you just want to go back to bed. You don't really want to get up, and that can lead to all sorts of problems like depression or not performing well at work, tiredness, burnout, you name it. So really, before you select your next job or when you have a long commute, think about some of these points and make sure that a commute plays, or the level of commuting plays, a big part in the decision of selecting a certain job. So I hope you've learned something from the video, and if you have more questions or want to read more about the subject, head over to our website careerjourney.co.uk.